Hi Stampers, welcome to another Rubber Redneck video tutorial. I'm going to be demonstrating how to make this beautiful and fun Harvest of Thanks treat holder. This uses the Harvest of Thanks stamp set. And you want to be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, because I will also have the directions for this fun little treat holder typed out on my blog listed there for you. Now to create this little fun treat holder, you want to cut one piece of very vanilla cardstock at 2.5 by 11 inches. Then you're going to place it onto the simply scored horizontally and score it at 1 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and 10 inch. So score it at 1 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and 10 inches. Once you have that scored, take the scallop trim border punch and punch it out on the end. It doesn't matter which end, but once you have that punched, then that will become the front of your little treat holder here. Then you want to turn your treat holder over, fold it in half like this, and you're going to take the stamp from Harvest of Thanks, ink it in Soft Sky, and stamp onto the right-hand side of the Very Vanilla cardstock. Now you'll need to do this twice to cover this distance. Then you want to take the stamp from Gorgeous Grunge and ink it in Chocolate Chip and stamp onto the Very Vanilla cardstock. Do that until you cover that. Then you want to place this onto a piece of scratch paper and take the stamp from Gorgeous Grunge again, ink it in Chocolate Chip, and stamp on this end of the Very Vanilla cardstock. Once you have that part done, then you want to cut one piece of Chocolate Chip cardstock at 2 by 3.5, run it through the Big Shot with the houndstooth embossing folder to give it that fun texture. Then you're going to glue this to the Very Vanilla cardstock. So just place that right into the center of the Very Vanilla cardstock. Now you'll fold that flap downwards so you have an idea where you're at. Then once you have the Chocolate Chip cardstock on there, put some glue on that Very Vanilla flap. And then fold that down, overlapping onto the Chocolate Chip cardstock. Now you may need to hold your fingers on that for a second and may want to pop back up. So just press down until that glue has a chance to kind of stick to it. Then you want to cut one piece of the 1.25" burlap ribbon, and you want to cut that at 1.5 inches long. Once you have that cut, place a glue dot onto the center of that burlap ribbon, and you're going to attach that over here onto your Chocolate Chip cardstock. Then cut one piece of Soft Sky cardstock at 1 3/4 by 2 inches. You will need 2 stamping dimensionals to attach this to the front of the little treat holder here. Just put one on each end there, and then you're going to place that over onto the Chocolate Chip cardstock, overlapping that burlap ribbon, and you want it to overhang off the side a little there. You want to cut one piece of the Sweater Weather Designer Series paper, and you want the Tangerine Tango pattern. Cut that at 1 inch by 2.5. Take the stamp from Gorgeous Grunge, ink it in Chocolate Chip, stamp off onto a piece of scratch paper, then stamp onto the Designer Series paper. Once you have that on there, again you're going to take and place 2 stamping dimensionals onto the back. And then you want to attach that over here onto the right side. Now this piece you want to overhang onto the Very Vanilla cardstock, and you want the Chocolate Chip cardstock to show on the bottom. Then cut one piece of the Sweater Weather Designer Series paper in the Crushed Curry pattern at 3/4 by 2.5. So cut it at 3/4 by 2.5. Place 2 stamping dimensionals onto the back of that piece, and then you're going to attach that across the bottom here, overlapping onto the Soft Sky, so the Soft Sky shows on the bottom. Just line up your edges. Take the stamp from Harvest of Thanks, ink it in Chocolate Chip, and stamp onto a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. Run that through the Big Shot with the Apothecary Accents Framelit dies to die cut out the stamped image. Once you have that die cut out, take and put 2 stamping dimensionals onto the back of that, and then you're going to place this right onto the center of your little treat holder. Now, what you want to do next is take one of the 4x6 cellophane bags, and you'll notice the cellophane bag is a lot bigger than the little treat holder. So I'm going to show you how to make this work. What you want to do is take it and fold it down, and then once you have that folded over like that, you're going to want to take a piece of Scotch tape and place that onto the cellophane bag to hold it in place. Then you're going to fold the top part down again, or fold the top part down, and then you're going to take and put a piece of Scotch tape on there to hold that in place as well. Now the reason why I'm using Scotch tape is you want whoever you give this to, you want them to be able to get into it. Otherwise you could fold it over and fold the top down and staple it too is another option. But the Scotch tape really works well and it's inexpensive. Once you have your cellophane bag, you're going to fold on your scored lines here. And you want to make sure you glue your other flap down as well. So make sure you put some glue onto the back of that. And just fold that. Once you have that all glued, you're going to place your cellophane bag right inside there. And then you want to take some linen thread and you're going to wrap that around. You're going to wrap that around the cellophane bag and the very vanilla cardstock. So hang on to it really good. And make sure you leave enough to tie a bow or a knot. I'm going to do a knot so you don't have to watch me try to tie a bow. And you just want to pull it snug so that little treat will stay wrapped in there. You don't want to pull it too tight that you make the cardstock indent, but just pull it so it's snug. And tie your double bow. Now if you're really worried about it falling out, you can take and put a glue dot onto the back of the cellophane bag and then attach the cellophane bag inside that treat holder as well. That's another option for you. Then once you have that on there, you want to take one of the designer buttons from the Subtles collection, and you want the Soft Sky Tiny one, and then you're going to place a glue dot onto the back of that and then place that right in the center. And then you have your little treat holder. That completes the tutorial for the Harvest of Thanks treat holder. Thank you for watching.